Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Roseheart Wisdom. Today is July 22nd, 2026. It's my great pleasure and honor to celebrate Mary Magdalene Feast Day with you. I did draw a card from the Mary Magdalene Oracle deck by Megan Watterson. I love this deck. If you don't have it, you might consider picking it up. But at any rate, the card I drew today is Surrender. You are in good hands. Okay, I am in good hands, rather. So, let me dive in here. I've been waiting for this one, Surrender. I've been wanting to make a video on this to really help anybody on a spiritual path who is going through ego death or going through hard times. And this also includes you twin flames. If you're on the twin flame journey, you likely have already had to go through a lot of surrendering wherever you are. And let me assure you, it never stops. It continues and keeps going. So what is surrender truly? Surrendering is letting go of the ego mind and the stories that the ego mind likes to tell you. All right. And so the ego mind wants to tell you stories about yourself that, you might be in lack. You might have doubts about your self-worth, your capabilities, you're good enough, abandonment, all the core issues. Okay, this mind is masterful at telling you that when this, then that. If you ever find the mind or hear that go on inside your head, stop and really check in. What is the mind telling me right now? I went through a period recently of having a lot of body challenges and body pains as Jupiter was hammering me throughout the Cancer season. And it brought up a lot, and I had to surrender. And basically, I caught the mind telling me stories that I couldn't do certain things until my body healed. And the mind was also had me so in fear that I couldn't heal. I couldn't get through it. And so it was doing a double whammy. And I really had to do some very deep excavation to figure this out. But it happened because I allowed it. I had to surrender, relax, and trust that my soul would reveal to me what I needed for the guidance to get through it. Now, let me turn this back over to how this might apply to you. The mind and ego also wants to tell you stories about anybody outside of yourself. If you're a twin flame, then the mind will tell you stories about your twin. When my twin changes, when they do X, Y, Z, then things will be better. Then they can come back in. The mind is just crafty. And guess what? All it's doing is it's keeping you in duality and separation. Anytime the mind is seeking outside of you for the fix, you're seeking love outside of you. There's a lot of divine feminines that won't let go and trust that they are lovable, that they are already love. And so they chase after divine masculine. That is a big one. I see it over and over in friends and others that are not even on the twin flame journey, and they're just wrapped up in that, seeking outside of themselves for the approval. Same goes for a job. Maybe you're seeking validation and approval through your job of you're worthy enough to receive a better job offer or a salary. That is all part of ego mind stories. Places to live. I remember looking for this house, and I had a certain criteria, where I wanted it, what I wanted, and the price range, just like anybody would looking for a home or a car. And I was even driving a grid. I was so determined I was going to find my home. And then one day in prayer meditation, I got a very clear answer from my higher self. Stop looking. Your home is not ready yet. That required of me some radical trust. And I'm going to tell you right up, I didn't let go right away. It took me another week of trying to make it happen, and it didn't. And so then I surrendered, and I said, okay, I give up. You've had those moments in your life. Okay, I surrender, I give up. You're not really giving up. Okay, that's an exaggeration of the mind. What you're doing is you're surrendering the need to control the outcome. You're surrendering the need for your preferences and your desires to happen in the time sequence and in the way that mind thinks it should happen. And let me assure you, please, that it never ever happens that way. You'll come up with 10,000 scenarios, and it will always be the 10,001st scenario that actually happens. Okay, you know this. And so you are required to, surrendering is, and for the really tough things, it's radical trust, faith in the unseen. Okay, just reminding you of this. I'm sure you've heard it before. You're turning away from the ego mind and the stories and all the outside, and you're turning within. This is an inward journey, surrendering, especially on the spiritual path. We say that over and over again for all divine feminines. It's an inward journey. You must go inward. Allow the love that is you as soul. You are naturally, always, you came in as love. And so you're allowing something greater than you to bring you the outcome. Greater than you, the mind. You're allowing your soul, you're allowing divine, you're allowing your higher self, your oversoul, your soul family to help you out. But it requires you to surrender. Now, when you surrender, guess what happens? It's relief. Surrender is relief from that constant looking outside, okay? Surrender is relax. Surrender then becomes blissful because your soul has got you. When you start to surrender in that manner and you are relaxed and you're allowing, why do I say blissful? Well, because that's when the magic starts happening. That's when you open up your bank account and you discover money that came in somehow magically. I had one of those yesterday. Somebody sent me money that I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. They just sent me money, okay? I find things. You will find things. The right people, the right things at the right moment will show up. It becomes this amazing dance with your soul. How much can you surrender? That's the question for you. And trust that everything is working out so beautifully and magically beyond what you could ever imagine. All right. Here's what will really help you on your journey, especially for all divine feminines who are struggling with any portion of surrender. And it's this, it's your breath. Your breath is your ally. You want to breathe over and over, surrender and breathe, surrender and breathe, surrender. Make it a mantra. Make it a little game for yourself, okay? You surrender into your heart space 3 times. It doesn't take much. It's less than a minute even, okay? Surrender, relax, allow, trust. Your breath has got you, and watch the magic unfold. All right. Happy Mary Magdalene Feast Day to all of you beautiful souls watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next video. Much love.